Hello, I'm Christopher Morrison, and my research item is going to be on the Ghanta bell and the Vajra scepter. So, what is the Ghanta bell and the Vajra scepter? The bell is the most common musical instrument in a Buddhist ritual. Gods and religious leaders alike hold this popular instrument during many different rituals around the world. The Vajra is another instrument that is derived from weapons of warfare. In the hands of a teacher, it is seen as a weapon to use against the ego and evil. They are weapons of transformation that destroy illusion. In their ritualistic form, the Vajra becomes a scepter. Um, a Buddhist Vajra has a varied amount of prongs depending on which type of Vajra it is or which form it is. It has a central shaft and a middle section made of two lotuses. From the lotuses, the prongs emerge and then bend back into the shaft. My research question on these objects were: how are the Ghanta bell and the Vajra scepter symbolic within the Buddhist faith, and how does these symbolic religious instruments or tools help those practicing the Buddhist faith come to enlightenment? Some sub questions in there. Are there any religious stories that contain these objects, or even a story of how these objects came to be? And what are the functions of the sound within each of these instruments? So, symbolism within both the bell and the Vajra, starting with the bell, at the purest and simplest level of understanding, the bell represents the perfection of wisdom, which directly realizes emptiness. The Vajra scepter represents compassion, form, and means. Combining together, they symbolize enlightenment as they embody the union of all dualities, including bliss and emptiness, compassion and wisdom, appearance and reality, and etc. The Vajra in the past was the weapon associated with the sky god Indra. It is said that it could be used against clouds to generate rain, especially within a large period of drought, and it is said to hold the power of lightning. And the way it was created, Indra slayed the sage Dadhichi and used his bones to make a weapon to slay demons. Indra's weapon originally had open prongs. However, Gautama Buddha is said to have taken the weapon from Uda and forced the prongs into a closed from Indra rather, and forced the prongs into a closed position, creating a peaceful weapon. In Buddhist hands, the Vajra retains its unbreakable and indestructible power, which is why it's so symbolic. Therefore, using both these objects will most definitely help those who practice come to enlightenment due to their respective symbolic meanings. Especially looking at the bell, which is a staple to the Buddhist instruments that is very frequently used. Obviously, the function of the bell is its sound. Like those made from the trumpet and the drum, the sound is regarded as auspicious, meaning conductive to success or favorable. The sound of the bell sends the message to evil spirits that they must stay away from the general vicinity of which the ritual is taking place. And for the Vajra scepter, it is named after many significant symbols and places due to the power held within it. These symbols contain such things as the location where Buddha reached enlightenment, which is known as modern-day Bodh Gaya, which back then was called Vajrasana. The posture of his entwined legs was called Vajrasana, and the mental concentration he had while attaining enlightenment was called Vajra Samadhi. And here are my sources. There you go. And thank you. Any questions?